In the world of Attack on Titan, Eren Yeager is a central character whose journey from a determined, albeit naive, youth to a conflicted and morally grey protagonist is a core focus of the series. Initially driven by a singular desire to eradicate the Titans, who have brought suffering and destruction to humanity, Eren's character evolves significantly as the story progresses. Eren's plan, known as the Rumbling, is a drastic and controversial strategy to ensure the survival of the Eldian people, who are facing persecution and extinction. The Rumbling involves unleashing the colossal Titans within the walls of Paradis Island to trample across the world, effectively destroying all opposition and securing the safety of his people. Eren's motivation stems from his deep-seated desire to protect his friends, family, and homeland from the threats they face. Over time, this motivation becomes increasingly complex as Eren grapples with the harsh realities of war, loss, and the burden of leadership. His conviction that the Rumbling is the only way to secure a future for Eldians drives him to extreme lengths, blurring the lines between heroism and villainy. Eren's character arc is marked by tragedy as he becomes more isolated and consumed by his mission, forsaking the values he once held dear. The Budo also faces a challenging situation when King Virudiker of Koshala seeks to massacre his clan, the Saukir. The Budo, knowing that the king's army is approaching Karpalavarstu, where the Saukir clan resides, sits under a dead tree. When King Virudiker arrives and sees the Budo in this seemingly unusual place, he questions why the Budo did not seek shade. The Budo, in response, imparts a profound teaching, saying, "It is one's own relations who provide the coolest shade." This statement implies that true comfort and support come from one's own relationships and actions. King Virudiker, understanding the Budo's implied plea to spare his kinsman, decides to retreat his army. But, when the Budo is not present, the king's army advances on Karpalavarstu. Despite the Budo's attempts to intervene and prevent the massacre, he ultimately accepts the law of karma, understanding that the fate of the Saukir clan is sealed by their past deeds. The Budo's teachings emphasize non-violence and the peaceful resolution of conflicts, highlighting the law of karma's principle that actions have consequences that extend into future lives. His approach prioritizes understanding, compassion, and ethical conduct as the means to resolve conflicts, eschewing violence. A key difference between Eren and the Budo lies in their views on the consequences of actions. Eren's choices often lead to unintended outcomes, such as the deaths of innocent people and the perpetuation of violence. In contrast, the Budo's teachings emphasize the importance of acting with mindfulness and compassion to avoid negative karma and achieve positive results. Eren's journey reminds us of the difficult choices we face in life and the impact of those choices on ourselves and others. His character reflects the struggle to balance duty, loyalty, and the pursuit of what we believe to be right.